Welcome back. New this weekend, the story dominating headlines in Florida politics, the bombshell article in Politico Friday night. The site claims that 6 women have accused State Senate Budget Chairman and Republican candidate for governor Jack Latvala of sexual harassment, inappropriate touching, and disturbing behavior. The allegations against the senator from Clearwater go beyond an unwanted massage or a hug that lasts a little too long, though that's part of the story as well. One woman told Politico that Latvala groped her on a crowded elevator, describing how his hand, quote, reached around the far side of my body and then, quote, touched the underside of my breast on that side. The women, some of whom are lobbyists, allege their bills or causes would get more favorable treatment if they cozied up to him. Latvala is, of course, innocent of these charges until proven guilty, but the smoke coming from the alleged fire is pretty thick. According to the article, this all started at a press conference Thursday where Latvala responded to a question about whether sexual harassment was a problem in the state capitol by saying he'd never been formally accused of it. It was after those comments that Politico says 5 of the 6 women came forward to tell their stories. Until then, they'd felt intimidated, worried about their careers or the clients and the backlash from making any accusations. Politico also cited Republican U.S. Congressman and former Florida House Representative Matt Gaetz, who claimed to have witnessed Latvala with a young lobbyist in a bar, getting closer to her throughout the night and blocking her escape with his body, a stance one of the 6 women told Politico is part of Latvala's tactics. Gaetz also called Latvala a hound and said everyone in Tallahassee knows it. And Gaetz is a fellow Republican, a member of Latvala's own party. For his part, Latvala denies the allegations, questioning the timing of them, writing in a statement, quote, it's hard to confront anonymous accusers and even more difficult when the news is manufactured by a fake news entity, end quote, of course, referring to Politico. He says he stands by his 16 years without a formal complaint. But here's the thing. The article says the State Office of Legislative Services has no reports of sexual harassment or misconduct at all since 1994. Really? None? Are we to believe that not a single person was sexually harassed in the halls of power and influence in Florida for more than 20 years when it happens in every other area of life nearly every day? These women, just like the women and men who are now coming out against Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, now feel emboldened to tell their story because of the current climate. There's strength in numbers. These 6 women describe a culture of objectifying women and sexual innuendo at the Capitol. It remains to be seen whether Senator Latvala's career and his candidacy for governor will survive these allegations. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty in this country. But the bigger point here is, for many men, life's been on easy street for a long time. They've been able to use their power and privilege in a male-dominated world to objectify, intimidate, harass, and in some cases assault women in the workplace. But those days, thankfully, are now coming to an end. And well, they should. It's long overdue. Yet I still hear men complain that this is some sort of witch hunt. Pay attention. If 1 or 2 women allege sexual harassment, the allegations should be investigated. But you probably have the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. It could be a misunderstanding or someone with an axe to grind, sure. Or it could be completely legitimate. But if half a dozen people, or dozens in the case of Weinstein, Bill Cosby, Kevin Spacey, come out and say you're a predator, you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Better yet, you need to keep your words and your hands to yourself until you figure out what you might be doing wrong. And to those men who say this is a slippery slope, come on. There's a big difference between consensual flirting with a woman you happen to work with and harassing or assaulting them. We're all humans. We're attracted to each other. Most of us, at one time in our lives, have checked out the cute guy or gal who sits on the other side of the office. That is not the same thing. And don't try to justify your creepy behavior by telling yourself it is. But perhaps most importantly, let's not all wait for another big shoe to drop to make people feel okay to come forward and tell their stories. You know the difference between the flirty conversation at the water cooler and the creepy guy who women can't wait to get away from and won't sit next to in the conference room. And if you don't, maybe it's you. But if you do, you call him out. You be the guy who makes your workplace a place for work and not come-ons. You may even find that makes people like you more than anything else you do. We'll be right back.